Okay, so here are the dolls that I had previously made but have not yet completed. I kind of made different forms for them, so they're actually all very different. There's one missing and I can't see where it is. Anyway, it's probably in a box. Sorry about every day there's somebody having their lawn cut, so that's the guy in the distance. So anyway, let's just get on. So we've got this guy with legs. So yeah, they were washed. Put them in the washing machine. And this one had, I'd made something at the front. So this one had a jeans thing that I'd made, and it had been fraying. And I washed them on a gentle wash, and then when I took them out, they all had bubbles on from the jeans. But they're all nice and clean. So I wanted to make ones that could attach to the wall, and so what I've done with this one, he's got legs and arms. He's got no arms, no legs. She's got arms but no legs, and she's got arms but no legs. So this seemed to be the winning kind of structure. And look, I found some material and I was like, oh, doesn't she look chic? I haven't stitched anything yet. I was going to stitch it to her. But what I want to do is make some clothes that fit them, and then look at accessorizing them. And that's where I haven't got any further. I got distracted again. I started doing another Kawandi, which I'll show you. And you know, I think perhaps it was because I was so kind of excited about doing this that I was rushing about and started doing a lot of other things. Even though I'm excited about doing this, I started doing a lot of other things came into play. So what I'm going to decide to do with this, so these can actually pick off. Maybe I'll get a lint roller and just use that. But anyway, they're going to be covered. So what I'll probably start doing is measuring out the clothes. I've never done it before, but I'm just going to measure out from their bodies. So it's going to be slightly bigger to make room for the seam allowance, and then I'll put it on them and fix it to them. So he's going to have, yeah, some sort of, you know, these fancy, like some of those clothes you see the models wearing. So he'll have a set of trousers on, but there'll be like a cape or something. Let's just see what I can make. But yeah, I just thought it's nice to then be able to look at, you can get a sneak peek of something else here, look at what potentially I can do with the clothes. This will be more easier, but his head's a bit floppy, so I need to make it more stable. So I'll be doing that. Maybe pushing it down like that. For her, she's partially dressed, but this was just like the first layer so that she looked like them. But again, I don't like the finish, so I want her to have looser clothing. Her neck needs to be fortified, and that's that. This one, I think she'd be well in this kind of clothing. Look, and it's just literally, I kind of draped it and tucked it under her arm, so nothing's yet been stitched. But I want maybe to even have, I'm not sure, I don't know. I might colour these, paint them. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Paint it with fabric paint to the colour that I want, so that that's the base, and then start making some clothes and just make it as simply as I can do it, because I can cut cut the line straight and sew the straight line, but I'm not in terms of actually making clothes. I was thinking, oh, you know what I need? I need one of those body things that you can then put the clothes on, and you know. And I was going to try and make one, but my son wouldn't allow me to cover him in that bandage wrap and create a cast. But I know there must be a way of making one. Anyway, so that's these, yeah. And then what happened is I started looking around my studio and looking at what I had, again, other things that I'd made previously, but not yet. Those ones have actually got finished, but I haven't made any more of them. And I was like thinking to myself, why haven't you made any more of them? You've kind of gone, they look like a nice little family, don't they? You've kind of like gone, not the other way, but in terms of, you know, making, when you see them, making them, you know, from the fabric that's like totally opposite. So let's have a look at those. Okay, I'll show you the first one. So I made two others like this. So this was the biggest one that I'd made. So we've got a clay face, we've got fabric wrapping her face. Then this whole thing is fabric and it's been wrapped. And we've got an armature in there which I can feel. But it's got a system where it can be hung. And we've got these large beads on the back here, and we've got a set of two for the arms. But I wrapped it, let's just come in a little bit. I wrapped it really well, and I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe at the time, maybe I'll make them like this. But then I probably got distracted, or yeah, other things came into play. But this, I would potentially like to have it covered in like beads and, you know, just to give it that kind of, just finish it off. I don't think it's finished. I don't feel that it's finished. But yeah, I did two others that I'd finished like this, and they actually stand up. So this one is a hanging one. The other ones actually, they do both. They can be put as a on a surface to stand up, or they can be hung. They've got a similar sort of mechanism, okay, which I can put, if you can see them side by side here. Okay. Yeah, so that's that one. And then I'll show you the very first one that I made, which is this one. So there's an artist called Miss Stell, and I did one of her classes, and we were making these dolls. And this is the one that I made. So it's got clay face and figure. You've got the armature underneath, obviously, for the legs and things. And then I covered mine in, this is fabric, covered in fabric. And she can also be displayed on a wall. Well, that's it. I mean, you don't want to lay her down like that, so she can. She's made to be upright. But I was looking at this and I was thinking, why didn't I make more of these? I think I was probably so overwhelmed with making this one and it turning out like this, and just like, oh my gosh. And this was one of the first faces that I've done. I've done others, and then I started using moulded faces. But yeah, I quite like how she is with her shawl. I always wear a shawl because I always get cold. Different places will just come on you, cold or hot. And we've got a little key there. This is either a purse or a journal. Well, she looks like she's going out, so it's probably a purse. And yeah, just some, you know, decorative accents on her headdress. And I really love her. She's, yeah, I think I probably will make some more of her, actually. because I started making, I've got some paper clay that I had been working to collect to make. So this is, it's not in the form that I would use it yet. So there's another ingredient that I need to add to this to make it the at the texture that I want it. But yeah, that's just made from paper and glue. And this is the it's this kind of paper. It's like a directory paper, so it was very easy to I blended it. I have a I had brought a blender which has since broken, just for the studio, but then I was using it for to blend seeds to make like a natural pesticide in the garden from the neem seeds. And I think the neem seeds, it was the neem seeds and the clamacherry seeds. It was too much for the blender, 'cause I didn't realise the clamacherry seeds were so hard. They're like concrete. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I would then form the face and the figure and say dress them. And it's again using, you know, recycling, using what you have, and making the most of it. Okay, so yeah, create the face. I mean, obviously my face is now very different, and it was nice to practice here. And yeah, I think I will definitely make some more of those. I was glad I kind of, because I was looking to see, you know, what else I could share with you in terms of the dolls. And then it was just like, oh, anyway, so that's her. And after that, I started making these more upright ones. And this particular one doesn't have fabric made with it. It's made from paper clay, but I wanted to be able to make the clothes look like clothes. So we've kind of achieved that to a certain extent. And I think at the bottom here I'd added some fabric. But for these ones I could, you know, add a fabric shawl and do that. But, you know, creating the face and the hair and just kind of trying to create some texture and then deciding on the paint. So that's that one. These ones, yeah, they're meant to stand. And then I've got another one here. I made a whole series of them previously. So this one, I tried to use fabric for the hair. And then we've got the face, added jewellery. This is all paper clay. And then we've got the embellishments at the bottom. But this, the armature for this is a plastic bottle. So once the paper clay is dried around the bottle, it's totally hard. It's nice and light, but it's totally, it's not as light as a bottle because you've got the weight of the paper clay. And then we've got this wooden bit at the bottom here for the stand. But yeah, I was thinking of maybe kind of creating a mini course that shows you how to make something similar to this. So if you're interested, leave a comment. And what I'll probably do is a pre-sale, so if more people are interested, then we can go ahead and work on it. Yeah, so I liked working on these. These are nice to work with the paper clay, and you can use, you know, the armature underneath. It could be, you've got, like, it could be wood, it could be metal, it could be that kind of like a metal form, it could be plastic, like a plastic bottle, because you know it's not going to biodegrade. It can be foil. You can scrunch up the foil. I think this one was foil, so this, the legs bit is foil. maybe the inside, maybe it's paper clay covering the foil. I can't remember, I did it so long ago. Anyway, but yeah, this is movable. It's movable, not, you know, to any large extent, but it's solid, and it doesn't need to move, but you know, it's a nice weight as well. But yeah, maybe I will do something similar to this, but this kind of bottle. And it's amazing how much amasses over time if you're using plastic bottles. And you know, if there's no place that recycles them in where you are, why not make use of them in a creative project and create some really nice pieces? So that's what I'm working with now. Like, I've got these ones, okay, yes, I really do want to get them done, and what I will do is get them done before I start making these ones. But I really do like the way these look. I was reminded when I took them out that I really do like the way they look, and we'll see how we get on. So I'm gonna leave it there and do some more playing, and maybe just sketch out some designs for their clothes, and you know, start working on them, so next week I can show you how far we've got. Okay, so take care for now, and I look forward to seeing you soon.